What is up, you guys? Welcome back to the channel. Coming at you with yet again another perfume experience. And this is part 2 of the Kayden Cross Ensar Oud collection. And this time I'm focusing more on the utters and other smaller 9 ml sprays and miscellaneous for the sake of all intended purposes. And I just butchered the English language here. Okay, so without further ado, let's get started. So the first utter we have, and I need to shake this a bit just because of the white ambergris particles settle down. So this is Ensar Oud, and this has pretty much a Vietnamese oud and jasmine and ambergris. And yeah, this is really nice, you guys. This one I had failed last year to obtain the perfume, and it got sold out, and I ended up just pulling the trigger on the utter as soon as it became available, and no regrets there. I would rather have had it in spray format though. Nonetheless, this is just red incensey, jasmine, and very salty air, fizzy like the ocean. Very nice, very traditional smelling composition too. Yeah, so this is Ensar Oud Galia. Okay. Next, I have the Frangipani oil from Ensar Oud. So this is a flower, and if you look at it here, it is all murky and kind of light greenish, spoiled yellow color. This, you guys, has a very interesting profile. Sugary, jammy, herbaceous, floral. Yeah, this is something. It's a very how should I put it? It livens you up. It's very refreshing to smell. For whatever reason too, it reminds me of sweetened matcha tea. I'm not sure why, but very close in that sense. And this is not distilled, it's not filtered. It has quite a bit of particles in there, and it's pretty thick, but it smells fantastic. So this is the Frangipani or Frangipani, depending on how you pronounce it, from Ensar, and this is just a straight up floral utter. Next, I have possibly my favorite utter from this house, and that's the straight up jasmine. And I pulled the trigger on this right before they pulled the atelier section offline from the website. And let me tell you something. I've never, ever smelled a jasmine oil or a jasmine perfume that came as close as good as this. This is as if you're standing in front of the jasmine bush and you are getting this fresh floral scent wafting towards you. This is so good, you guys. And you don't pick on any indolic notes in here, so it doesn't have this poo fecal note to it. Just straight up jasmine beauty. The best jasmine. I'm talking like as a straight up oil, or even better than the best jasmine perfume out there. This is a life jasmine flower, the essence of a live jasmine flower that still lives in this vial right here. Okay, so this is the jasmine from Ensar Oud. Next, I have the orange flower from Ensar Oud. So this is again a floral utter, and this also, you guys, is very pleasing to smell. It started off as green herbaceous, and then it turns into this sweet orange citrus. Now I'm not sure it's because they use the whole branch with the fruit and the flower. Well, the flower, sorry, not the fruit. Or it's just the flower, but I want you to think herbaceous, floral, orange, citrus kind of a feel to this. Again, it's one of those that's, yeah, just really, really pleasant to smell, you guys. Very, it's not your typical happy orange citrus scent because it does have a sour tone to it, but it's still very uplifting. Okay. Next, whoops. Okay. Next, I have Tonkin Kuss or Kuss, depending on how you like to pronounce the KH. So this is a mix of Tonkin Musk and Kuss. I think it's called Kuss. And let me tell you something. This is one of, well, it used to be. It's not there anymore. It's one of the cheapest offerings on the website and one of my favorite smelling scents ever. It is so relaxing and calming, you guys. It's very meditative. Even though this has Tonkin Musk in it, it has zero animalic note in here. It comes across more as mentholy. It's very refreshing. It's very restorative and healing. It definitely helps you distress. There's something very comforting about it. It's also, generally speaking, Kuss is known as the poor man's oud. But this is, yeah, this is very, very comforting. And I don't know if they still have this or not, but if they do, I definitely will be grabbing more. So this is Tonkin Kuss. Next, I have the Blackstone Utter from Ensar Oud. Now, every Middle Eastern traditional artisanal perfumer has their own version of the Blackstone Utter, and the Blackstone is in reference to the stone on the I think it's called the Kaaba in Saudi, where the Muslim pilgrimage takes place. So my understanding that actually ASQ was designated to perfume the structure before the pilgrimage time every year, and then pretty much the perfume they created they called the Blackstone Utter, and then all other perfume houses started to create their own iteration. So this one here is the iteration from Ensar, and this one, yeah, this is, whoa, the oud in here, you guys. It's very dark, very resinous, very mentholy, very antiseptic. The musk in here too is just gorgeous chocolate truffly musk. There's spices in here, there's pepper, there's a fruit note in here. Just, this is honestly delicious and delectable. This is just, yeah, this is kind of like a, I mean, this has been created more for sort of religious, I guess, purposes in a way, but this is kind of the bad boy utter from the Ensar Oud house. It just has this darkness and playfulness to it that, yeah, this is just, yeah, this is something else. All right, so this is the Blackstone Utter from the house of Ensar Oud. And next, I have this big sampler, like 0.3 grams of Oud Sultani. And this is basically, I received this as part of the EO #1 Sultani leather edition, so they sent this with it. And this is, yeah, this is straight up smells like Indian oud, so it does have this blue cheese, a funky side to it. It's antiseptic, mentholy, it is resinous. It is gooey, man. The quality of this is top notch. yeah, it's wow. A lot of the time I find that with the ouds, sometimes it's best to use them standalone than put them on a perfume. Unlike musks I like in a perfume, but ouds I tend to prefer standalone, and this is no exception. This is just fantastic, you guys. This is Oud Sultani from Ensar. And I don't know what the category of it is, but it smells like an Indian oud with an orison touch. Okay, so just for those of you that are curious. So it's got the animalic, barnyard, fecal aspect, but it's also has the antiseptic qualities while being resinous, gooey, caramel-like. Okay. Next, I have none other the infamous and rare, yet again, white Kinam. And I actually obtained another 0.25 grams when it was available on the website. And this, you guys, this is just straight up ethereal, antiseptic, spiritual oud like nothing you've ever smelled before. It is sharp, it's clean, it's vapor-like, it's very deserving of its other name, the White Dragon. It really is. It is just, yeah, this is, wow. So I have now half a gram of white Kinam sitting in my collection just because, why not? Alright, so this is white Kinam, you guys. Next, I have the 9mm pure perfume of Cambodia Cologne. And this one, you guys, this is a Ensar Oud's take on a green, fresh citrus masculine scent. And it is really, really good, you guys. I'm actually very amazed with the quality of it. It has the exact same profile as French Lover from Frederic Malle or Monsieur minus the boozy notes, but it comes across as more natural without the synthetic notes. And yeah, this is fantastic for the summer, and it's an amazing masculine scent. And obviously, given the name Cambodia Cologne, the oud in here is Cambodia Oud. So just for your reference, you guys, and I don't know if the camera will capture this, but if it does, the amount of oils in here and just the residue in this and the bubbles, it's, yeah, this stuff is the real deal. Okay, last but not least, and probably, if I'm gonna be very honest, my least favorite actually, is the Kahwa Blanca, which is in reference to white coffee, which is a reference to the Arabic coffee, which is lightly roasted coffee beans mixed with cardamom. I believe they attempted to capture that in here, but this, unfortunately, and I don't know if this did well or not, or if it was experimental, but it comes across as very pissy, as in urinal pissy. And yeah, it is not, this unfortunately is not wearable, and if you look at it, I haven't worn it whatsoever. It's just, if you think animalic oud or musk is bad, this is just a different bad. This is like a urinal that somebody just, well, in a public washroom that hasn't been cleaned in weeks. I'm not really sure why they did that, and I did get this as a gift, and I don't know what the market for this would be, because it's just very unpleasant, unfortunately. Out of all the Ensar Oud creations, this is my least favorite. And I'll put it every now and then just to do it justice. And yes, it does simulate that white Arabic coffee with the light roasted beans and the cardamom. But I think the civet in this was a mistake, or whatever quality of civet they use here is just too raw. It needed a bit more taming. Because with civet, you technically, to use it in perfumes and for it to come across as that lotiony, creamy skin quality, you need to age it. So I'm assuming that the civet they used here was not aged, it's relatively fresh, and that's typically when you get that strong urinal note. But yeah, actually I'm very tempted to spray it now, but then I just showered and I don't want to shower again. So last but not least is Kahwa Blanca for your guys' references. And for your guys' reference, I mean. And yeah, so that concludes the Ensar Oud Kayden Cross collection. So this would be part 2, you guys. And yeah, I hope this was informative and entertaining for those of you that watch for the entertainment value. And yeah, that will be it for this upload. As per usual, you guys, very much appreciate your time and attention, and I will be seeing you in the next one and in the new year. So happy new year to all of you, you guys, and stay safe.